Uh, I'm excited to be sharing some great programs with you over the next couple of months. And I wanted to put in case you didn't notice, that we will have the MSU baseball coach, Chris Lamonis, with us next week. And, this is a really busy time of the year for him. So we really appreciate him taking the time, like we do today, for our speaker. Debbie Brangenberg is the director of the Downtown Tupelo Main Street Association and project coordinator for the Tupelo Redevelopment Agency, with 32 years of experience in downtown revitalization. Under her leadership, Downtown Tupelo has seen the implementation of a master development plan that included a $22.68 million urban renewal project of the former fairgrounds area, the Elvis Birthplace Trail, an $11 million streetscape project that included street calming, bike lanes, and sidewalks connecting downtown with the Elvis Presley birthplace. These initiatives have garnered over $187 million in private investment in our downtown. The Downtown Tupelo Main Street Association is a multi-award-winning program, having been selected 3 times as one of the top 10 Great American Main Streets by the National Association. And in 2020, Downtown Tupelo Main Street Association was selected one of the 3 communities in the country as a Great American Main Street Association winner. Debbie's a native of Northeast Mississippi and a graduate of Millsaps College. And as a past president of this organization, I can't tell you how proud I am of the accomplishments that they have had as an organization for our community and what Debbie's leadership has meant. So Debbie, I will turn it over to you now. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for this opportunity. I think I would say that I've got a hard act to follow with Judge Wilson. Maybe if I'd known the lineup, I may have chosen a different week to do the program. But it is always great to see all of you. I recognize a lot of faces and leaders in the community, and thank you for the opportunity today. As Tom said in the bio, I've been in Main Street now. I've been in Tupelo for 30 years. January the 1st was my 30th year as the Main Street Director for the city of Tupelo. It has been a great honor to be a part of this, and it's also been, it is my passion. Everything that happens downtown is not just about Main Street, but it's about all of our partners who come together. As we started, kicked off 2020, it was so exciting. We had the largest event of my career history in Tupelo with the New Year's Eve celebration. It was a great collaboration with the city of Tupelo, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and our sponsors. It was huge. We were so excited. We were so optimistic about what 2020 would bring. We were celebrating our 150th sesquicentennial. So many plans. We had something planned every month, and just we couldn't be more optimistic about the future. And in less than 45 days, as we all know, our world began to change. And we began to scramble around and see how we would adapt. We had to learn new technology. We went to FaceTime and then ultimately Zoom. We've done lots of different things. And the biggest challenge that I had personally were our events for downtown. Tupelo Main Street presents 14 events a year in the past, including the Farmers Depot. We had to figure out how to open the market in a safe way, according to the CDC guidelines. we had to figure out a lot of things. And the first attempt was our Bud and Burgers that we went virtually with. And while it was different, it gave an opportunity for just individuals to sponsor or to participate, I should say. And while a little weak on a lot of our technology, I would say we were learning, it came together so well that Mitchell Distributing, our sponsor for Bud and Burgers, wanted to take it statewide. So 2 weeks later, we hosted it at Park Heights Restaurant, featuring chefs from Tupelo and chefs all over the state, and had a huge success with that virtual transition. Then as we began to move into the Tupelo Elvis Festival, I started to reflect about, what would Elvis do in this situation? How would he adapt? How would he accommodate the virtual, no live concerts, anything like that? And I went back and was thinking and looking at the history, and he actually did participate long before we were ever into this Zoom world, with the Aloha from Hawaii concert that was at that time presented via new technology, the satellite, and over 1 million people viewed that concert. So with a lot of collaboration, we went into planning for a virtual Tupelo Elvis Festival. And in 6 weeks' time, we brought together a band from Australia, an entertainer from Brazil, Austria, Germany, the UK, and the United States. And we were able to present the 2020 Tupelo Elvis Festival virtually. The statistics were unbelievable. We reached 500,000 people. Every concert, it was over a 5-day period. We had an average of 35,000 viewers per concert. We gained a whole new viewership in so many countries. We had 39 countries that tuned in to our virtual Elvis Festival, and 45 states in the country that participated in that week. So as you can say, it about killed us all, but we did it. We went on a leap of faith, and it turned out really well. I guess the big hit for me, and I'm going to start now by showing you, are the biggest accomplishment for us as Main Street, as Tom mentioned in the bio. I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Is that we were named, after a third try, third time's the charm, one of 3 communities as the Great American Main Street Community. This was a career goal of mine personally, and all of the things that we have been able to accomplish with our partnerships came to fruition. We really couldn't start applying because National Main Street is based on historic preservation. And it wasn't until 2014 that downtown could actually be designated a historic district, due to things that were done in the late 60s and 70s in the name of progress, and were the right things at the time. We lost a lot of the integrity of our historic buildings. But through that time, we've been able to reclaim that. Okay, I'm going to go back to, I'm going to stop sharing that. So to be able to be named a Great American Main Street Community is, for us, it's like winning an Academy Award, if you will, or a Golden Globe. It was absolutely the greatest honor our community could receive. But what I want to do is kind of take you back through and remind you of what led us to being a Great American Main Street Award. Let's see if I can get this to the whole screen now. Somebody may have to chime in and tell me which button to push, because this part of it I forget every time.
Debbie, if you'll click on slideshow, one of your options will be from the beginning.
Yes, right. Thank you. Here we go. I'm going to clip through this pretty quickly because this is just a compilation of the years, but it will tell you that the things that have come along through the years and how we ended up receiving the award for the Great American Main Street. You can see we started in 1999 and through 2002, there was a lot of community collaboration. The city of Tupelo was in the process of writing their 2010 comprehensive plan. We were able to incorporate planners from across the country who were experts in downtown revitalization, and then began to put together a vision for downtown. I really, up until 1998, did not consider that we had a project because we had turnover with administration, and we had to keep selling the community and talking through and getting more input into what the vision would be. But when Glenn McCullough was elected mayor, we had the opportunity to form the Tupelo Redevelopment Agency and issue the urban renewal bonds, which led to the development of Fair Park. There had already been CDF strategic plan. The city had purchased the downtown mall. Company was coming. So we just kept working. Company was coming with the Bancorp South Arena. Was that going to be something that was an asset to downtown, or was it going to be a big box destination that nobody utilized any of the great things that are going on in downtown Tupelo? This is what the fairgrounds look like. You can see, if you can see my cursor, there's a portion of the grandstands. It was 28 acres of vacant land adjacent to the Central Business District, which is very rare. I don't know if there are many places in the country that had this opportunity. We put in place, we did design criteria, we did our parking analysis, we did traffic improvements related to the opening of the arena, development codes. All of these things went into building the vision with focus groups, civic clubs. And as I show this picture, I don't know if you all will remember this, but this is the first TVA substation, which is right at the gateway of downtown Tupelo. We applied for an MDOT grant, and this is what it looks like today. We had the arena. This was Main Street looking east when I started the program, and this is what it looks like today. This is downtown. As you can see, the birthplace of the master plan, we developed an overlay district for downtown, and then we started implementing the 2010 comprehensive plan. The original vision was to have a public park, which is now what we know as Fair Park. And I think if you look at this watercolor rendering, it looks very similar today. We had a site plan for housing, mixed use, hotel, conference center, automobile museum, all of those different components, a new city hall. We were shovel ready. The vision began with the construction of City Hall, and we started land acquisition and infrastructure improvements for phase one. And this is phase one. As of right now, this 3A is the only lot still left available in phase one. And Tom, you had asked originally what all's going on. And I can say that in 4A and 4B, Century Construction and Development, this is a 4-story building with the first floor will have a pediatric clinic and the other floors will be upper floor housing, luxury apartments. In this half of this building, you have Tommy Morgan, who is building a new office space for an accountant for downtown. And this is what City Hall looks like, our phase one in Fair Park looks like today. All the new development. Then we had phase two residential. You can see that we have now one lot where you see that little star that is still available for building. And then we began to move forward with some of our other collaborations in amending development codes. We were a pilot project for public spaces. We actually won an award for our remediation of the Long's Laundry in Fair Park, called the Phoenix Award for the Southeastern District. We were the only community chosen for the Project for Public Spaces pilot project, which involved the beginnings of the Elvis Birthplace Trail. We continue to do market analysis and updates, and we did a housing survey in 2017. And this is how phase two looks now. If you haven't driven down there, it's a beautiful. These are some of the developments of private investment through the years. Unfortunately, we did lose the Automobile Museum, but we still have lots of opportunities with that space. This was the former Convention and Visitors Bureau. I think we'll all agree that this is a much improved building. They used our design criteria, and it's a beautiful cornerstone. CDF made an investment in downtown with their offices, and also the Renaissance Center for Ideas with the business incubator. We had mugshots open. We have Fair Park Towers now with that has Century Realty and Construction. It has Ross and Yerker. Excuse me. It has Bank Plus. We have the new grill steakhouse that's opened that seems to be very successful. Anybody that's gone has sung its praises. We've started infrastructure for phase 3B, which is the area where Fair Park Towers is, and the plaza. You can see here an aerial photograph. Here is phase 1, phase 2. This is where Fair Park Towers is, the plaza. And we have just closed on this second lot. Oops, I want to go back. The second lot that will be a twin to Fair Park Towers. We have option on this lot. We are building new parking here that will complement and be additional parking for the hotel that is going on in this area right here. The last phase, phase 4, We built a new detention pond. And so this is what you see as phase 4 concept. And I'm happy to report there are 35 lots that were in phase 4. I'm happy to report that there are only 7 lots that are not either under option or contract as of this date. And we began infrastructure in September, October. That is completed now, and we are closing on lots and hope to see residential construction going up there. You see the whole site plan. The black line here represents where the property stops. This was where the former cattle barn was. This area has changed from multifamily into single family owned properties and has sold as well. As you can see, some of these statistics are a little behind, but this whole project has gone through 8 administrations. And I guess you could say my role has been the keeper of the vision. I will not say that I personally have made everything happen because it has taken partnerships. It took Greg, the major thoroughfare, to participate in the Elvis Birthplace Trail for building the bridges that made that streetscape project successful. We've had CDF highly involved with recruitment of the hotel and some of the other projects that are coming to the area. John Milstead, that works for CDF, is the chairman of Economic Vitality for Main Street, and he and I work closely. And his expertise in landscaping and construction has been very instrumental with the Birthplace Trail and a lot of our infrastructure in the area. The Convention and Visitors Bureau has been a tremendous partner, as well as I cannot say enough about what the city of Tupelo has done in supporting our program. I always say, you all in the department heads, you don't need me, but I need you. Everything you do affects me, us, not me personally, but it affects our area downtown. We've had support from the Lee County Board of Supervisors in making the CDF project in the Renaissance Center a reality, and also in other projects that we have had come along. We have leveraged our assets. We are very, very fortunate to still have the Lyric with Tupelo Community Theater, still a very viable organization in the downtown, and the Gumtree Museum of Art. The private investment, this is a former city-county building, which is now the Belfry, of which I am airing from this unit here in the Belfry in downtown Tupelo. Our quality of life is where we at Main Street have worked to partner with a lot of different events, including the community in what they would like to see happen. And we are planning always for the future. We have a little slogan about, do you hear that sound? Do you hear that beat? You hear that rhythm? It's the American rhythm, true Southern spirit of what we have in downtown Tupelo. Moving along, I will find my screen share again, and show you, if I can find it. Wait just a second. I'm going to have to back out. Well, one of my presentations went away. Where are we? I apologize, y'all.
You're fine. Sometimes there's a scroll. Can you scroll up and down on what you're looking at? Sometimes your slides will go down or up, depending on the last time you opened them.
Yeah. Let me get back to the Zoom meeting. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing that, so I won't delay anymore. But one of the things that we have done throughout this process is to, I will open this document, is that we have started sort of a e-news where we talk about projects, and we have started an extension to our website that is called tupelospirit.com. There you will find resources for our businesses. We started a private group called TCB, Taking Care of Business. They'll play on Elvis there. You can find our Facebook page, Tupelo Spirit, and also Downtown Tupelo on Instagram. We have partnered with CDF, with our small businesses to get them the assistance that they needed through what Rudd talked about, everything that Judd talked about last week about getting them enrolled in the payroll protection. We've done a lot of one-on-one consultations with our businesses, utilizing this sort of downtime to upgrade their technology, updating their websites, and helping them increase their knowledge for social media. We do have a t-shirt campaign, and that's why I wish I could find that document. Here we go. This, one of the projects, this is part of the, let me get to the beginning. The happenings in downtown is this e-news that you can find on our website. Our annual sponsors have been awesome with helping us continue our programs. We have progress with the new hotel. It will be Hotel Tupelo, 80 rooms that we anticipate opening in December 2021, January 2022. As you can see a glimpse of what it will be like, the renderings there. Fair Park, as we talked about, the residential phase of phase 4. The completion, the arena expansion in downtown is now complete, and you all need an opportunity to take a tour. It's absolutely phenomenal what they have done to expand the capabilities of that space, with a VIP lounge connecting the former conference center all the way through to the arena for trade shows. New project that Bev Crossan is working on. She purchased the federal building, and it is named the Fed, and it will retain the post office, but other vacant spaces on first floor will be for retail restaurant space, and then upper floor housing units for downtown. And this is one of the first historic tax credit projects. She will have 18 apartments that are either studio, 2-bedroom, or executive partners. She opened Noon as a new restaurant. We have Taylor Grocery Catering. We have a lot of new businesses. Kermit's Outlaw Kitchen transformed into Kermit's Soul Kitchen. We have Downtown Dollars available if you need to buy a gift and you don't know what your person specifically likes. You can buy Downtown Dollars, and it's like a gift certificate to any of the participating businesses downtown. This is a wonderful way to give back to locally owned businesses. Our alley projects, if any of you have seen the alleys, you can see in this the before what they looked like and their transformation into wonderful space in downtown. And we call them third places, as we have murals that we've worked with Tupelo High School art students. And we are looking forward, just as COVID hit or the new year hit, we were looking forward to utilizing those spaces for many events, MINI, and different expansions of the Gumtree Museum. Now, this is something that I really want to talk to you all about and promote just a little bit. We have started a mini grant program through Downtown Tupelo Main Street. And Russell Stafford and Kit Stafford, who were instrumental in the guitar art that you see downtown, designed this t-shirt that captured the Elvis themed guitars. They are a beautiful, soft, lightweight t-shirt. They're $25. 100% of the proceeds for these go into many grants that we will offer our businesses downtown as they traverse these uncertain waters during COVID. It will help them in ways for following the CDC guidelines. It can help with partnering perhaps in the cooperative advertising, a lot of different ways that this mini grants can give back to our businesses downtown. We, of course, do the white lights for downtown and have our holiday open house. Let's see here. The overall, I think that what you have seen, these have been trying times. We have worked really, really hard with our businesses. And I want to leave you with one last video that was a video that we put together for our GAMSA Award. And before we go into that, I want to talk about a little bit and reach out to you as leaders in the community. It's been kind of a scary time of late. Been a lot of animosity with the political climate. And we talk about how our community can contribute. And one of the questions that we had with the GAMSA Award was about diversity. And it was the way the question was presented made it difficult to really tell what Tupelo was about, and our history and how we try to work together to make things happen. And we answered it the way academically the question was stated. And then I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning, the day that the application was due, and I wrote this answer. And then Randy Birchfield and I argued on the street about had we answered the question. And we ultimately came up with the fact that we had answered the question. It was our business leaders in the community that helped us traverse through integration in the 60s. We're not perfect, but I always love the statement or quote from William Faulkner about to know the world is to know a place like Mississippi. And to me, to know Mississippi is to know the hills of Mississippi and to know Tupelo. And how we have worked hard, we still have work to do, but I think the future of our community is in us communicating and learning from each other and hoping for a better world for our children and our grandchildren. Too much has been done. Tupelo has accomplished too much to let misunderstandings happen. And I think that it's on a day-to-day basis. From the standpoint, it was like for me, I don't talk about racism. I just try to live anti-racism, to be kind and to wish for hope for all of our citizens. And so I'll step down off my stump for just a minute, but I do want to urge all of us to be a part of communicating and keeping Tupelo the beautiful place and wonderful place that it is. Now let me share our video. That's y'all. All right, here we go. Okay, now I need to know from all of you. Share sound.
Downtown Tupelo is the birthplace to countless dreams and aspirations. Resembling that of an artist's fresh canvas, downtown has been painted as a land of opportunity and the entrepreneur's playground. Since the 1936 tornado that devastated the town, downtown Tupelo has been on a generational upswing. As the first city to receive the Tennessee Valley Authority's Town Lift program in the 60s, downtown Tupelo was revitalized with a mid-century design which makes up part of the unique aesthetic and appeal of our city. Elvis said, "Values are like fingerprints. Nobody's are the same, but you leave them all over everything you do." Downtown Tupelo is covered with the fingerprints of women and men of all ethnicities, dedicated to leaving a positive mark in the world and to create something special for future generations. They have paved the way for a better quality of life. For years, just over the railroad tracks from the Central Business District was 50 acres of land, formerly the fairgrounds, that lay dormant and underutilized. But today, it is a flourishing extension of downtown Tupelo, housing a striking city hall, a multi-use recreational park, and a mixture of commercial and residential buildings called Fair Park. It is the venue for numerous events like Communities Forward, Food Truck Friday, and the International Tupelo Elvis Festival. It has become the perfect destination to spend quality time with family and friends. Because of a dream and the ambition of the Downtown Tupelo Main Street Association to make it reality, what once was a public eyesore is now a beautiful dreamscape where everyone is welcome. Downtown Tupelo is a place for everyone. Though diversity remains challenging to main streets across our country, downtown Tupelo has always taken pride in its decades-old businesses and now proudly reflects a majority of businesses that are owned and operated by a growing list of women and other minority entrepreneurs. A reflection of the same, our strong volunteer base for downtown Tupelo Main Street is ever evolving. Our vitality prospers through the individuality of our people. Our love for this place is not conditioned on who you are or who you love as much as the relationships we build together for the future. As President Carter once said, we have not become a melting pot, but a beautiful mosaic. Different people, different beliefs, different yearnings, different hopes, different dreams. Tupelo is a town of vision, a place where people from all walks of life have a chance to add to its legacy, and an opportunity to bring change that reflects positively on the communities surrounding it. A place to build, a place to grow, but most importantly, a place that encourages you, as Elvis put it, do something worth remembering.
And well, let me put. And that is the video that we presented with our GAMSA application that made us a winner, one of 3 winners for 2020. And with that, I will conclude my presentation and answer any questions you might have.
Yes, I have a question. Harold Plunkett.
Hey, Harold.
Enjoyed your presentation. I was just wondering, over in the Fair Park residential area, I noticed building has kind of slowed down a little bit, and I was just wondering what the future holds for those residential lots, and if there's anything going on to try to attract more buyers to that area and build in that area. So I'll go off now and listen to your answer.
Okay. Well, actually, phase 4 just completed infrastructure with the streetlight installation a couple of weeks ago. There are 35 lots, and of those 35 lots, there are 7 lots remaining that are not either under option or under contract to start construction. There are individuals, there are developers, and as soon as the weather, we are closing on those like last week and this week, and as soon as the weather permits, I think we will see construction happening. Anyone else?
Debbie, maybe I missed it, but what is the building next to First National Bank?
That building is being developed by Tommy Morgan, and it is an office building that will house an accounting firm. Well, I either overloaded you with information or I gave you what you needed.
Debbie, thank you. That was a really fascinating presentation. I really appreciate it. It's good to see the progress that's been made in the old fairgrounds down there. It's really amazing when you reflect back to what it was when the fair moved out and it sat abandoned for years. So great job to you guys. We're lucky to have such a strong community emphasis in Tupelo, and I think the key has always been people are willing to listen to each other, and I hope that